It's time. Pro Imagineering proudly presents Two Big Guys on Cars. Now, here are your hosts, Thomas Hill and Denver Wright. What's new in the world of cars? You're about to find out. This is Car News on Two Big Guys on Cars.
This episode of Car News is brought to you by Don Corleone's Body Shop. It looks like it didn't even happen.
As you've learned in our previous episodes and on our website, Chevrolet has finally announced the new C8 Corvette. And you can order one. You can go through the order process right now and get yourself one. Now, one thing that the National Corvette Museum has always offered is that once your new car is ready, you can actually go to the Corvette Museum and pick up your car, which is in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Must be nice.
And once your Corvette has come in, you can go there. And now it costs you $995 extra.
Extra money
to pick it up there.
Okay.
And they give you a little goodie bag of stuff.
Wow.
They also make it a pretty big deal. You know, your car comes through the line and people applaud you and this kind of thing. It's a pretty big spectacle.
Super service.
But now here's the thing. With the C8, there is a high wing available that goes on the back of the car.
Okay.
Now everybody has seen, and a lot of people don't like the wing that's currently there for the Z51 package.
Okay.
Now if you don't get this Z51 package, you can get a Corvette without any wing at all.
Okay.
But any car that has the Z51 package comes with the low wing on the back. But you can order one with a high wing, but up until now, it was not available for delivery at the plant or at the museum.
Right.
As we talked about. Well, now they have made arrangements with the Corvette Museum to where now you can get your delivery done at the Corvette Museum with the high wing. What normally happens is you order your car with the high wing. It comes to your dealer with the small wing. Once it arrives there, the dealer will take that wing off and install the high wing. You get to keep the low wing in case you ever wanted to go back to the low wing. Well, now that same thing is available at the Corvette Museum. So when you pay your extra almost $1,000 to get your Corvette delivered at the museum, then you can now get it with the high wing delivery. So you end up with two wings. Is that something you're interested in?
Two wings.
Two wings. I get it. Or if you're from the church, two wings to fly away, and the world can't do me no harm.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not a bit of harm.
Exactly. Now also too, if you get the special wheels that are available for it, which are the Trident spoke wheels, if you order those wheels, you pay the extra money for those wheels, and you end up with two sets of wheels. A lot of people don't know this, and that's why we're here. When it arrives at your dealer, the dealer will take off the standard wheels and put the Trident wheels on it, and you get to keep the wheels, the regular wheels. Now here's the thing, there's not enough room in the car for your wheels to come inside the car like it does the spoiler. If you get the high wing, then the regular wing will be in the dealer will put the low wing inside your car. Well, the wheels, then not enough room. So you have to get those either shipped to your house, or you can go back and pick them up at your dealer after you've gotten your ordered car in.
So the front won't accommodate that.
No.
Okay.
Not with four wheels. I mean, four wheels, and they're all 20-inch wheels.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
As a matter of fact, no. I think that the rear is 20-inch, and the front is 19. So yeah, just some things that you ought to know when you order your C8 Corvette. We'll be getting a C8 Corvette for the television show as well. I think we're gonna do like our friend David Butler and wait until all the hoopla is over and we get the performance version or the performance model, which is, we don't know what it's gonna be called yet. Is it gonna be the Z06? Is it gonna be a Zora? That's been a rumor. Is it gonna be a Grand Sport? Well, we don't know yet. But we do know that the convertible is also out and available for ordering as well. It's only $7,000 more.
Only $7,000 more.
Yeah, for the Spider.
7,000. Only 7,000.
Yeah.
Only 7,000.
Yeah. I'm not into the convertible. I've never really been a convertible type of guy, especially with where we live. We're in the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina, which we actually have warm weather nearly 6 months out of the year. But is it warm enough to go without a top? Maybe 3 months, 4 months of the year, you can drive your car without a top. But I personally have never been a convertible type of guy, and I don't think that it's worth the $7,000 extra.
$7,000. 7,000.
That's what they say. So there's a bit of Corvette news for you. Just discussing. By the way, if you have any ideas, if you have any requests of things that you would like to see us talk about on the show, you can go to our website, which is, as you can see here, it's it's twobigguys.com. The number 2, bigguys.com. That's where you can go and correspond with us. Also, you can go to our Facebook page, and now you can go to Instagram. It's easy to find. The Instagram name is 2_big_guys_. You get the picture.
Underscore.
Yeah.
Yeah, underscore.
So make sure you correspond with us, because we'll be doing stuff that you don't necessarily hear about on the show. You will hear about it on our social media. Another thing that we have planned, and Tom, you can tell them about this, something else that we have planned. We told you last time that we'll be having events up at our home track, NCCAR, which is a car testing facility that a lot of people don't know that you can go and rent it yourself. You can rent it by the hour just for you and a couple of buddies to go up. It's very reasonably priced. Or you can rent the whole thing out for a whole day and have an event there. You can go up there, have a barbecue, and drive your cars around the track. It's an amazing opportunity. It's an amazing time. So you can go to our website and check that out.
We'll be right back with Two Big Guys on Cars.
I'm Thomas Hill from Two Big Guys on Cars, and I have a special message I want to share with you from Scott and Dave Lloyd.
If you'd like to join us at Racing for ALS on track, be there at Virginia International Raceway on June 8th, 2020. We're having an open track advanced level driver HPDE along with parade laps for anyone in their street cars who would like to join us. We're going to have fast cars, NASCAR drivers on site, and a wonderful time. All of the proceeds go to ALS TDI, a 501c3, and you'd be donating to an extraordinary cause while having an excellent day at the track. For more information, join us on Facebook or Instagram at Racing for ALS. That's Racing FORALS. Hope to see you there.
Two Big Guys on Cars will be there, and so should you.
So you finally bought that dream car of yours, but you don't have any real way of testing the limits of this thing.
You better not do it on the street or even on the interstate. The North Carolina Center for Automotive Research, better known as NCCAR, is located in Garysburg, North Carolina, just outside of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
Discover why NCCAR is one of the premier automotive facilities in the Southeast.
On their 620-acre site, NCCAR is home to a 2-mile bi-directional road course,
2-acre vehicle dynamics area,
and so much more.
It's available for you, the general public car guy or girl, to rent.
Bring your car to the track for a private session just for you and your buds to rent the whole place, or
rent it for an event for your entire organization.
The cost is way more reasonable than you may think, too.
And if you go through our website to book it, you'll get an even better deal.
Call our friend Sam at 252-308-2825.
That's 252-308-2825.
NCCAR is the home track for two big guys on cars. We've been telling you since we started the show about the two big guys on cars Camaro. Well, it's changed a little bit. You may have seen it on the website, you may have seen it on our social media, but take a look at this. We told you it was gonna be something special, and the journey has started. We want you to be a part of that journey. How, you may say? Well, we plan on doing a lot of different things to the Two Big Guys on Cars Camaro. We're going to upgrade its performance, upgrade its looks, change it up a lot, and we want you to give us your opinion on what we should do from week to week. So every single week on the show, you can go to our website, 2bigguys.com. That's the number 2, bigguys.com. And you can cast your vote on which wheels we're going to get, on if we get a Whipple supercharger or an Edelbrock, brakes, because we're going to improve the brakes, because what we want it to be is not this monster muscle thing, but we definitely want it to be a high performance car that's still very streetable. And again, we want you to help us. Now, here's the part 2 where you can win stuff. Anytime you see the Two Big Guys on Cars Camaro in the streets, just wave us down, pull us over, and we'll give you a free t-shirt. One of our Two Big Guys on Cars white t-shirts like this one. You've seen us wear them, and now you can buy them on our website, but you can also get one for free. The Two Big Guys on Cars Camaro journey has begun, and you are a part of it. Thank you so much. It's just our way of saying thanks to you, our viewers, without whom we would be nothing.
Now, back to Two Big Guys on Cars.
This episode of Car News is brought to you by the Just Stop Brake Company, because brakes are for quitters.
1969 is the year that Chevrolet introduced a vehicle to compete with Ford's Bronco, International Harvester's Scout, and Jeep's Cherokee. Well, that's the year that the Blazer was released. Now, Chevrolet had the perfect platform for the new Go Anywhere Bruiser, which was based on their big pickup truck. Now, the original Blazer was larger than its competition and had lots of configurations to choose from. A 1, 2, or 5 passenger cabin was available, and even offered a fiberglass top that could be removed for the open air experience. Now, unlike the Bronco, the options for the Blazer included AC, power steering, power brakes, push button radio, heavy duty shocks, and springs, and eventually an auxiliary battery. Now, in the first year of production, you could only get the Blazer in 4-wheel drive, although you could choose from 3 different engines. A 4.1-liter inline-6 with 155 horsepower, a 5-liter V8 with 200 horsepower, and a 5.7-liter V8 with 255 horsepower. A 3- and 4-speed manual and a 3-speed automatic made up the transmission choices. 2-wheel drive versions were added later. In fact, it was the next year, I believe. along with a 4.8-liter inline six-cylinder engine option. A minor facelift in 1971 saw the Chevy SUV with a new grille and lights before completing its fairly brief 4-year model run in 1972. Now, the Blazer's second generation was a much longer one. A new Blazer with a slightly more rounded off sheet metal arrived in 1973 and offered carryover engines, the ability to spec out a 1 or 2 or 5-passenger cabin, and removable convertible top. However, the fully open cabin experience would go away in 1976 with the launch of a half-cab design that still featured a removable top, but one that began just after the first row seats, meaning the front passengers stayed fully covered. The 1976 model also saw the debut of the Blazer Chalet, which was basically a Blazer with a pop-up camper that bolted into the same holes used by the factory hardtop. Now, base versions of the Chalet slept 2 adults, had a sink, and 2-burner propane stove, plus an icebox and a dinette table. Mid-level versions gained a propane heater and a refrigerator, while top models had an overhead fold-out bunk, capable of accommodating 2 additional people. In the mid-1980s, Chevrolet produced a K5 Blazer. Now, that's the one that most people of today most identify with. Throughout its lifetime, the second generation K5 Blazer would undergo numerous styling updates on both the inside and out, with a handful of engine lineup changes that included the addition of a diesel option. Now, the second generation K5 Blazer completed its run in 1991. With the K5 Blazer's bigger footprint, Chevrolet introduced the smaller and more maneuverable S10 Blazer for people who didn't quite need the space offered in the K5. The S10 pickup truck-based Blazer debuted in 1982 as a 1983 model, and it offered an 83 horsepower 2-liter 4-cylinder engine as a base for all of the states except for California, which received a 1.9-liter engine that offered up 82 ponies. Additionally available was a 2.8-liter V6 with 110 horsepower and a 2.2-liter diesel 4. Now, unlike its bigger sibling, the S10 Blazer didn't feature the removable top. From 1983 to 1990, the S10 Blazer was offered in only a 2-door body style, but for 1991, Chevrolet released a 4-door version, perched on a 6.5-inch longer wheelbase. When the first generation S10 Blazer wrapped up its production run in 1994, it boasted a name change to the S Blazer. A standard 165 horsepower 4.3-liter V6 and standard rear anti-lock brakes was available. The rise of the Tahoe in 1995 meant that the Blazer name would become exclusive to the smaller SUV. Fittingly, 1995 also marked the debut of the all-new generation of the Blazer, which underwent a slight growth spurt. More rounded body lines provided a sleeker appearance, while the interior gained more storage cubbies to better cater to families. Now, both the 2- and 4-door models continued to be offered. 2-door Blazers with 4-wheel drive gained an off-road focus with the ZR2 package. That was in 1996, with a 3-inch lift, larger wheels, Bilstein shocks, a stronger rear axle, and underbody skid plates. Mild revisions for the 1998 year included standard 4-wheel disc brakes and a new dashboard with larger controls. The 2-door would gain another trim level with the Blazer Extreme, one of my favorites, and it debuted in 2001. The 2-wheel drive Extreme was a street-focused model with a lower ride height, sport suspension, a body kit, and specific wheels. Chevy ended the Blazer production run following the 2005 model year. The Blazer has always been produced and marketed for the rough and tumble 4-wheeling enthusiast needing a real sports utility vehicle to do outdoorsy stuff like camping and fishing, hunting, towing, and such. Well, the world has changed. We've evolved into keeping a computer in our hands instead of an axe, going on virtual trips into the woods instead of roughing it in the woods, and watching people rock climb on YouTube instead of having the sun on our faces while climbing that mountain ourselves. So GM, like many other car makers, responded in kind. Now the Blazer is back. 2019 sees the return of this iconic nameplate, but it's not your grandfather's Blazer like back in the day. I caught up with my friend and top sales associate at Sir Walter Chevrolet in Raleigh for an introduction to the 2020 Blazer RS. All right, Denver right here. This is another segment in another edition of our show, Two Big Guys on Cars. Glad to have you there for this, our Blazer affair. This is the 2020 Chevrolet Blazer RS. And this is, if I was gonna get a truck, if I was gonna get an SUV, this would be the one. Why? Because as you can see, it looks like my Camaro. And I love that, because I love my Camaro. It is the absolute best thing that I think Chevy has made since the Camaro. Well, except for the C8, but that's not out yet. So we won't talk about the C8 Corvette, but we will talk about this Blazer. And off camera right here, come on in. This is my good buddy, my good friend from my hometown, Brooklyn, New York. This is André. How you say your last name?
Dawridge.
Dawridge. Yep. Okay, that's interesting. André works here at Sir Walter Chevrolet. It's right there. And that's where we are, Sir Walter Chevrolet in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's kind of almost in Durham, but it's still called Raleigh, North Carolina. André, please tell us about this beautiful truck.
Well, this is the new Chevrolet Blazer. Chevrolet came back out with the Blazer. They wanted to update it, do something different, and this is the fruits of their labor. A lot of people remember the old Blazer. The old Blazer was more of that old school SUV type that doesn't work today. So everything now is focused on crossover. So this is going to be your mid-size crossover. New to the segment, but revolutionary in a lot of the things it does.
Nice.
Most of the crossovers you're going to look at nowadays are going to be small. They're really good on gas. You know, the regular things a crossover is. Well, you're looking at a Blazer RS. If you want something that's sporty, if you want something that's between an Equinox and a Camaro, this is what this is supposed to be. You take an Equinox and a Camaro, you put them together, you end up with this. And this speaks volumes. It sells itself. Now, one of the things, if you're looking at a Blazer, you have to understand there are different levels. You can do an LT base model. You can do an LT with all-wheel drive. Now, the all-wheel drive now is different. If everybody knows about cars, you know all-wheel drive. It's always been that full-time all-wheel drive. Whether you want it, need it, it's always on. And we all know it kind of kills your fuel mileage. Well, Chevrolet came up with something new. If you're going to do an all-wheel drive, how about you use that all-wheel drive only when you need it?
As salespeople are, but André in particular, he was quite thorough going over all the details of this top-of-the-range Blazer RS. But here's the skinny of what I got out of him during our time together. The RS and Premier models of the Blazer has a 3.6-liter V6 engine delivering 308 horsepower, 270 pound-feet of torque to its 9-speed automatic transmission with electronically controlled overdrive, yielding 19 miles per gallon city and 26 on the highway. Maximum cargo space is 64.2 cubic feet and up to 4,500 pounds of towing capacity. They both seat up to 5 people pretty comfortably. Standout features include heated and vented seats. Well, the interior, pretty sweet. It does have really good space up here. It does have electric adjustable seats. Yep. And it has electric lumbar support as well. That's pretty cool. A high-definition rear and front camera system with standard rear parking assist. Also standard on the outside of this RS and the premium models are heavy-duty cooling system, hitch guidance with hitch view, emergency toolkit, 20-inch dark alloyed aluminum wheels, lower body side moldings, LED daytime running lamps, and more than we have time to list. Moving to the interior, standard on both upper models are 120-volt power outlets, 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, an 8-inch infotainment center screen, active noise cancellation system, air filtration system, dual zone climate control, electronic locking glove box, USB data ports, and an SD card reader, umbrella holders, and so much more. Now, how does it drive? And it really has a great feel to it. It has wonderful response to the steering. Love the size of the steering wheel. It's not very thick. It's quite thin. And for an SUV, the ride is very compliant. It feels really good. I'm not sure if it feels like a sports car because you're sitting pretty high up, but for an SUV, it has a really good feel to it. And I keep saying for an SUV, but really, for any vehicle, it feels really, really good. And it does have leather. It has the stitching, has the color coordinated stitching. It also has color coordinated inserts in the seats, which is perforated leather, because these seats are heated and cooled, or heated and ventilated as the words go. Well, there you have it. This is the 2020 Chevrolet Blazer. The return of the Blazer is back. And we are very, very glad that we could bring it to you on Two Big Guys on Cars. Thank you, André. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Christian. And all of those great folks here at Sir Walter Chevrolet here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We thank them for lending us this wonderful, beautiful vehicle. This is the 2020 Chevrolet Blazer RS. I love it. You will too. If you're in the market for one, please visit them here at Sir Walter Chevrolet in Raleigh, North Carolina. See my man André. For Denver Wright and Thomas Hill on Two Big Guys on Cars, thank you for your time this time. Until next time. Peace. Also, please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you will never miss when we put a new video up. Right after this show airs, you'll be able to watch it all over again and tell the people that missed it to go to YouTube and subscribe and watch this particular week's show along with last week's show and all the other episodes before that. You don't know how many we had, you ain't been keeping up. So thank you so much for joining us this time, and until next time, God bless you and thank you so much for your support. I'm Denver Wright, the Wizard.
And I'm the Thrill Thomas Hill.
And who that?
I'm John Champion.
John Champion, yeah.
What's the name of the show?
The name of the show is Two Big Guys on Cars. Yay.